Hey guys, and welcome to my reaction to the finale of season 9 of The Walking Dead. I feel like the season has flown by, genuinely. I'm just gonna say I'm sorry that this is a little bit late. So I was traveling all day yesterday. I knew I was gonna be traveling all day yesterday, and I had every intention of just going, reacting, and editing and getting it out for you, but last night I kind of made the decision. Once I finally got home, there's a couple of hiccups with traveling and stuff. Once I finally got home, I was so exhausted, so tired, like oh my Lord, I was like, there's no way. There's no way I can stay up and edit and all that stuff. I decided a good night's sleep was what I needed. Yeah, first rule of reacting, be awake, you know? I think maybe that should be the first rule of reacting. But yeah, and I don't know, I'm really excited for this episode. I feel like it's gonna be really good, so I, wanted to be awake for it. But yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend. I went away. I went to one of my best friend's weddings, so congratulations, Matt and Rachel. I am very excited, and hopefully this episode will not be as devastating as the last one. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's get started.
The magic we felt in this place.
Oh. Not Shiva.
The acts of courage. Cowards die many times before their deaths.
Wow. Oh, Ezekiel. Sorry, that's gotta be so, like, emotional. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
All of us. Together.
People watching us now, huh? No, we followed their rules.
To lay off.
Don't mean they get to talk to you like that.
Oh, Daryl. It's cute. But, like, I get it.
Every time I look at her, all I see is him.
You see when you look at me.
It's you.
Oh.
We can't leave Negan. He'll freeze down there.
Oh.
We have to let him out.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, things are gonna get fun in Alexandria.
Keep going. We'll catch up.
Oh. Are they gonna have a talk?
The past few months have been difficult for Carol and I, and it'd be easier if it was just us.
Oh.
Carol wants the same thing I do. To hold our son again. I'm not trying to be the bad guy here, man. I just want to get back a piece of what I lost.
Wow.
After everything, you think you could give me that?
Damn. Wow. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Girl, why are you off by yourself? Just wandering off. Lydia, I know you're going through some shit, but can you not? Lydia, you've got, no, Lydia. Somebody's stepping in, right? Or she's not gonna do it. What? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Weather's already kicking in.
You have a place in mind?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Actually lived here. Welcome to the sanctuary.
Woo! No! I mean, Negan's not using it, so.
Daryl told me to take care of him while he helped the king to move to Hilltop. I don't know where he is.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Get away from there.
Woo!
Since you're
your nostrils earlier was no doubt a toxic mixture of creosote and H2O.
We're going to Aaron's house. It'll be tight quarters, but we'll make it work.
Who gets to escort Negan?
Seriously?
We could tell Michonne it was an accident.
Oh! I love how this episode is exploring like what a winter can do.
Something happened back there with you and Ezekiel.
No.
Daryl, you can't lie to Carol.
He only blames you because he can't let himself blame me.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm losing myself again.
maybe.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I could take her away from here.
Oh,
I can keep her safe on my own.
I
What
don't
do you
think
want me to do?
Daryl should go.
Creeks and ponds are frozen over. As long as we don't all go at once, we could probably just walk across.
Oh, that makes me nervous though.
We didn't agree to those borders. Those borders are hers, not ours.
Let's hope comfort should
It's either we make it to the next way station, we die.
Wow. No pressure.
Was able to walk amongst us because we didn't know each other. We can never let that happen again.
Well, it's kind. I love that.
The kingdom hasn't fallen. It's right here. And that charter we signed, it means something.
If they see us crossing that border, it could start something.
So we make sure that they don't.
Or if they do start something, then you finish it. I'm over it. I mean, to be fair, I really don't think they have much of a choice at this point. Oh my god. Judith is gonna go. Oh my god. Oh, Negan! Oh no! My whole heart. God, this is horrifying. Well, that did the trick. Careful, everyone. Everyone, careful. God, oh my god, I hate this. I hate this. Oh god, no, I don't know if my anxiety is gonna take this scene. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Why does it have to be Daryl and Michonne? Can't we get some extras to go first? Lydia, stay put. Fucking hell! Fucking hell! Fucking hell! Oh my god! Fuck. Come on! Uh-oh.
Is it them? No.
Well, that took a couple hits. Slowly, people.
We'll hold them back.
Like, I get it, but like... Oh, his family. Oh.
If they hadn't taken me in to begin with, all those people would still be alive. Your son's dead because of me. Could be you.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No one else has to know.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woo, Daryl, look out. Woo, an icicle. I love it.
Please, Carol.
Very resourceful.
Everything's gonna be better when I'm gone.
No.
This is how you keep from losing anyone else.
No way.
Please, just do it. Do it for Henry. No.
Oh.
Come on, we have to go.
Oh my god. Ay, ay. Judith, where are you, baby? And dog, if you want to show yourself too, I'd be very happy with that. Follow the dog. She's following the dog too. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, Judith, baby.
You okay?
Oh, Negan. Fuck.
You get a little extra Negan time, aren't you?
Your leg looks like shit.
Oh.
Oh,
We have to get him back.
oh, the dog.
Yes, the dog.
Come on, dog.
Oh, God. Oh, God. They made it? Woo! Come on, baby.
Why'd you leave?
One day. Try to get some sleep.
God, whenever I see those damn pictures, I get emotional.
I'm going to Alexandria tomorrow with the others.
I know you have to do this.
And I'll never regret the fairy tale.
Oh, shit. Oh my God, not Uncle Daryl. I can't take it.
Thank you for saving her. You always did have a flair for the dramatic.
Last time we were here together, Rick had just slit my throat open. So
I was just thinking that.
this ain't nothing.
The sanctuary is a shithole now.
I like
Facing evil brings good people together.
no one ever thinks that they're the evil one.
Ooh.
The time away has been good for the back.
But I've made mistakes. Mistakes I can't make again.
And you won't.
I'll need to be stronger for what comes next.
Oh my Lord.
I'll tell my mom you said hello. Over now.
Over and out.
Thank you, Eugene, for making them work. He never gets enough credit. Oh no, are they listening in? I take back everything I said. Are they listening? No, Okay, I literally just rewound and tried to listen a second time. when I have like my headphones in and everything, when I edit this, I'll listen more closely to what that was. I mean, I heard at the end, is anybody out there? But, okay. So this is a very interesting, I loved this episode because I feel like this episode, dealt with, a real actual, I feel like a lot with the Whisperers this season, they've gone to a very classic sort of horror vibe. There's something about, if you go back to kind of like old, very like Halloween, the movie-esque, like the first one and stuff, where a lot of the terror was just in the fact that, you know, Mike Myers was there wasn't to today's standards a ton of death in that movie, but a lot of it was the horrified just notion that someone's watching you. There's something very uncomfortable about that. And I like that they've kind of done that with the Whisperers. It's made a lot of things very terrifying. It's not exactly the same thing, but that was kind of the best example of the vibe I can drum up with in my head, where there's this sort of feeling of just that whole time in the snow, and I really didn't think that they were gonna make it, like, or without any sort of, but you know, I did also have the thought of like, if the Whisperers, who really don't believe in they believe in survival, so maybe they, you know, so it makes sense that they migrated for the time being or whatever. But like, you know, like I was like, I really don't think they're just out there. You know what I mean? Like, you would think that they would be pretty frozen to death as well. I mean, there's some, you know, hardcore people, but you know, still feel like, so, but the terror was still there no matter what. And I loved that a lot. I really enjoyed that whole sequence of making that kind of very scary. Okay, so just, we're dealing with aftermath of the spikes. We're dealing with grief. We're dealing with, and I kind of felt like Carol would be pretty numb to everything. Talking about the Carol Ezekiel situation. Now, I know, first of all, I'm just going to preface it with this. I know that there's a lot of people who ship Daryl and Carol. There are people who ship Carol and Ezekiel. And it's, from what the brief little bits that I can see and stuff on Twitter, it is just a, like a mess that I don't want to get involved in, really. People are passionate. We'll go with passionate. I was taken aback by the Ezekiel scene with Daryl. I'm a big believer for Daryl's character that he needs to be with people. I think that's where he excels, and I think that he doesn't necessarily want to believe that that's where he excels. But I think Rick especially, also Carol, you know, like so many people have kind of shown Daryl that he is actually a useful person and that he can be accepted in their family and all of that kind of stuff. But also, I just think he thrives in environments with people that he trusts and he can work with. And I think that, you know, so I'm a big fan of him not being a loner out in the woods, though. You know, we love Dog, we live for Dog, but, you know, but, you know, I was kind of taken aback, and because it really didn't seem like, you know, Ezekiel had any of those feelings like before this or whatever towards Daryl. I was like, what? Like, but then as soon as when Carol and Daryl were talking, and she said, he blames you because he won't let himself blame me. I loved it, because it just, in that one sentence, I kind of was like, I get it. Listen, I think that there's a very strong presence of, when people watch TV shows, they're very critical of how people grieve. I've always seen it, you know, like, this person shouldn't have reacted this way, or this person shouldn't. And the only thing I'm going to say on that front is, we don't choose how we grieve as people. You know, when something that traumatic happens to you, do I agree that, do I think it's Daryl's fault that Henry's dead? I mean, it's kind of Henry's fault, you know. Sorry, don't come for me. But, like, you know, like, no, I do not think it's Daryl's fault. But when you have that much pain, some people internalize it, some people become numb, some people get angry, some people get emotional. Everybody's kind of dealing with how this has affected them. And so I really like that they explored that. The moment with Lydia and Carol, I craved that for this episode. I wanted a moment between the two of them. I didn't think Carol was going to kill her. It just would have been... I mean, to be fair, Henry's last wish was saving Lydia. You know, I think that that's always going to be in the back of Carol's mind. Absolutely. But it was Lydia's trying to deal with this, and Lydia is bearing a lot of guilt. Not only are people reminding her, with a little bit with Alden, again, I don't necessarily blame people for how they're grieving and how they're getting angry and stuff. But there was that brief little moment, and Lydia, I can't imagine being that young of a girl, kind of being swept away into this beautiful community, in comparison to like fucking crazy town that she came from. And kind of getting into that, and then just being indirectly, I say really indirectly, the cause of these people who died and the people that grieve for them. It's just, I cannot imagine. And like, I would feel this, I feel like if I was in that situation, we never know until we are or whatever, but I feel like if I was in that situation, I'd want to kill myself too. I would be like, whew, it's better for everybody, like, and is that a weakness? Is that, obviously there's some, but it's, I get the sentiment from her, and I feel really bad that she is, so, has to carry this guilt with her. And a lot of them, I would say Carol especially, has to carry a lot of guilt with her. So I liked that they had a moment together. Daryl as well. I mean, he had a lot of guilt with him, especially, I would say season 7 was very heavy for him. How do you get past guilt? I feel like that's one of the most difficult things to try to get past when you personally feel responsible for something horrific. I feel like that is just, it's a hard thing to get through. And I love the showcase on that as well. I really like the talk between Michonne and the king, and just kind of her kind of giving him a bit of hope. Michonne's been on, has dealt with a lot of loss. She's dealt with loss of places and people and, homes, and, it's absolutely the right decision if the kingdom cannot support these people anymore. That's it's the right thing for him to do, to make sure that his people get to safety now, and that he led them through that. I thought that was really important for him as a leader. I think he probably feels that he kind of failed as a leader in some regards, but he in this episode particularly, he did the right thing, though I do feel absolutely horrible for him and everything. And I kind of really felt it when he was kind of talking about, like, I should have left sooner and things would have been easier. But, I love that scene as well. Just on just a note on the episode, I loved like the frozen walkers and how the winter. Greg Nicotero is a genius. I could go on for a very long time, but I love how even in season 9 we're getting different elements of how I feel like he really, which is probably a very disturbing thing, but I feel like he really sits and thinks about, if a walker, if a dead decaying person that moves is subjected to this element, what does that do to them? You know, I mean, we've had just so many iconic walkers in this show, and I love that we explored that with this one. Like, there was part of me that when I found out that the finale was going to be kind of winter oriented, I was like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't wait to see what the walkers are going to be, and all, you know. That's just a random side note with that. I want to say the one thing that I really wanted to say, there were a lot of comments on my last video about how people didn't really like Tara anyway and whatever. I personally felt a strong loss to Tara. I do wish that we got to see, I feel slightly, I don't know about robbed, but like, I really wanted to see, like, particularly Rosita's reaction to Tara's death. I do like the way that they did the episode. I liked that it was kind of the Spike reveal, and I liked Sadiq's story at the end and everything like that. But and so I was kind of hoping that in this episode we would have gotten at least like a moment where Rosita and Eugene and, you know, those people kind of had a moment remembering. And yeah, because I feel like particularly Tara and Rosita are a very underrated friendship in, yeah, just wanted to say that briefly. And I'm gonna end this with talking about Negan. They have managed to pull off, though he did get out for, you know, brief minute and in this episode as well, but they managed to pull off a season with Negan in a cell where I didn't feel like it got stale or boring. And I think that they've excelled tremendously with Negan this season. Now, I love where the writing is going with him, and I can't wait to see how he might grow. It's a fascinating thing to see. And it's so funny because, I mean, a few episodes back, I got a lot of Negan fans on my case because I said it was when he escaped, and I said something to the effect that it would be funny if Judith shot him. Like in the knee, you know, like just a little. And I got, literally, guys, you guys don't even know, I got like messages and death threats, and like, it was insane. Like, and so I think I'm just going to explain myself very briefly when it comes to Negan. I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I love his portrayal. The writing this season, I mean, sometimes just the scenes, and I know that a lot of people really just love the action of the show and everything, but sometimes just the scenes between him and Michonne have been so good. I mean, those scenes I am living for. I think that they are some of the best acted scenes that this show has had this season. I mean, I loved them. I adore that we're going on this redemption arc, and man, how do you get people to love Negan? Get him to go save Judith and dog. I mean, that writing 101. Save a dog, people will love you. And but I you know, and I love watching where this is going. I'm still gonna think it's funny if he just like randomly hurts himself. Or if Judith just accidentally shoots him in the knee. Listen, here's the thing, guys. I'm all about Glenn. There's a Glenn bobblehead right there, okay? Glenn is everything to me still. So I'm still gonna think it's funny if he just, you know, randomly takes a bullet. Now, if you have a problem with that, I get it. But I just want to explain that I still love the progression of the character, and I can't wait to see what they do with him in the next season. So I just want to say that and explain that. Not that I really feel like I need to explain myself to people who send me death threats. I mean, calm down, people. But I really, yeah, that was I feel like his arc this season, and even though he's just been in a cell, has been stellar, and I've really enjoyed that. So the other things, honestly, I'm just waiting for the Whisperers to return, and it's gonna be. But I kind of liked that this season finale was felt a bit kind of like there. I mean, there was stuff going on, but like an epilogue to a very intense and packed season. You know, if you think about the characters we've lost this season, there's been a few, and I kind of liked that we had a little bit of grief in this episode. So I adored it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reaction. I just can't wait for season 10. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.